Hi, welcome to Cooking with OSHA. I'm your host, Brad Satronis. With me is OSHA representative, the guru of safety, Vern Abercrombie.
Nice to meet you, Brad.
Nice to meet you, Vern.
I guess I'll go ahead and start and explain what we'll be doing here today. When I'm not out on the street giving tickets to grossly negligent people, I like to eat. And one of the favorite things to eat is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Mine too, Vern. Mine
You
too.
like them?
Love them.
Not a lot of people know how to make them safely.
Right.
So I'm going to show everybody today how to make a safe peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay, Vern, how about you start off with explaining some of the gear that we're equipped with
All right,
here
okay.
tonight.
You'll notice both Brad and I are wearing hairnets. And the reason for that is obviously we don't want any hair in our peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Right, don't you hate that when you get that unsightly hair in your sandwich?
It's not very sexy. Okay, and the other thing that we're wearing is glasses. And that is to prevent getting peanut butter or jelly into our eyes.
Right.
That can be very painful.
Mm-hmm.
And then also in addition, since I do grow a beard, I'm going to be wearing a beard mask.
Okay.
So I don't get any of my whiskers in there.
Now, you are equipped with ear blockers.
That's right. The ear blockers here, I'm just carrying them as a precaution in case maybe like the refrigerator kicks on, or say we have to use the microwave later.
Right.
To protect my hearing.
And I do have a weight belt on.
That's good, that's good. That's a nice backup protection for, say if you have to bend over and pick something up.
Right. Okay, great. Let's talk to it. Explain some of the your setup here.
Okay. First of all, I like to get all the ingredients ready before I make the sandwich. And then I like to separate them. The jelly on one side and the peanut butter on the other side. Okay. Okay, first on the jelly side here, we'll be using Smucker's Simply 100% Fruit. I highly recommend this. It's really tangy. We'll be using buttercrust bread. As you can see, we've made a few sandwiches with this loaf already. And then on the peanut butter side, we'll have Skippy Creamy Peanut Butter. Now, I highly recommend the creamy because it doesn't have the whole nuts in it that get cut between your teeth, and that promotes tooth decay. So
it sure does, Vern.
So
it sure does.
I recommend the creamy. Now you'll notice I have two knives on the set here, and both of the knives were sanitized using 200-degree Fahrenheit water.
Okay.
Scalding hot water.
It sure is.
Which guarantees that all the germs on the knives are gone.
Okay, do you do anything else after that? Do you dry them, or is there another precaution you should take with the knives?
Well, what we like to do here is we dry them, and then I like to throw them in a fire for a good 5 minutes. Okay. Just to make sure that any, really strong germs didn't make it through.
Okay. So you get those fighters even too.
Right.
With that fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Well, let's start with the jelly side over here, shall we? We're going to go ahead and check the bottle here, make sure the expiration date hasn't expired. And I see it hasn't here. And then we're going to be very quiet when we open the jar.
You should maybe the cracking.
Yeah. Well, no, I think I have to hear the crack come out because otherwise I don't know. It's,
If you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Now, did you hear that?
No, you need to hear that.
Right. If you don't hear that, I recommend throwing the bottle away right away.
All right.
Okay. Now, it doesn't look like anybody's been in here tampering with it, so we'll go ahead and spread it right away.
All right.
I'm going to set the cap over there. Notice how I set it so it's pointed up like that? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's very important because you don't want to get any germs on the inside of that.
Right.
Okay. Now, the bread here, I've centered in the plate, and I'm just going to go in a scooping fashion here and put some of the apricot right on the bread.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And you go towards you in a circular type fashion.
Right.
It's
a clockwise motion. Okay. And then I'm going to cover the jelly right back up again. Okay.
Now, if you were to get some jelly on the floor per se, would you have to maybe change rooms, consider the kitchen a condemned area because it is a slip hazard?
Only momentarily until you could wipe up the jelly. Okay. And then right away after I'm done with the jelly, it's going right in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
I don't want it to start up while
Right.
I'm in there.
I don't know.
Yeah, you might want to cover. Okay, here we go.
Now, do you need to be quick about that? I mean, is it, you want to get in and out? Because I'm sure you don't want to make a sandwich with frostbitten hands.
That's right, and also it's more energy efficient if you put it in and close right away.
Okay.
Okay, now you'll notice we haven't spread our jelly yet, and I'm going to go ahead and do that right away.
I'm assuming this is very intricate.
Right, notice I'm only touching it with 2 fingers.
Okay.
And that's just to steady the bread so that it doesn't slide off the sterilized paper plate here.
Okay.
Now, I'm done with that side of it. This knife right here is contaminated.
It
so
sure
what
is.
I'm going to do is rinse it with hot water. And I'm going to place it in the contaminated area of the sink. Okay? And then we can move over to our peanut butter side.
Okay.
Now this is kind of tricky. I notice Skippy does a really good job of tamper-proofing their products.
Okay. Now, what about that tricky tin foil?
Well, there we go. If you'll notice, looking at the seal here, there's no puncture marks, no dents or dings. So I can be relatively sure that the peanut butter hasn't been tampered with or poisoned.
Okay.
Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and take the seal off. And you're going to hear the vacuum of it, okay?
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now, that seal is very important. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to set it aside for now, but later I'm going to put it in an envelope and file it under S for seals in the filing cabinet.
Okay, and what is the reasoning behind that?
The reason for that is, say the peanut butter was poisoned, well, I would probably die.
Yes, you would burn.
But now when the police come and search the house to see if there was any wrongdoings or such, they'll go through my filing cabinet and they'll find the envelope with the seal in it.
Okay.
And then they'll probably find maybe a very small pinhole in it.
Okay.
And that's...
Do you date it? Should you maybe date it?
I usually, I write on the envelope.
Okay.
So that I don't destroy any of the evidence.
Okay.
And then with the peanut butter also, again, we're going to take the sterilized knife, center your bread real quick, and then in a counterclockwise fashion, you're going to scoop some of the peanut butter out. Okay, you notice? And then, with my left hand, since I'm fairly talented, I'm going to go ahead and close that Skippy peanut butter out.
Sure, you don't want any excess germs getting in that peanut butter and growing.
Right. And now I'm going to put it away right away.
Uh-huh.
So I'll just put it right in the cupboard, since it doesn't require refrigeration. And then I'm going to spread my peanut butter.
Okay. Do you want to spread away from yourself, or?
This peanut butter is pretty consistent, so it's not too slippery, and you can usually judge it, so there's really no chance of you slipping and, say, stabbing yourself.
Okay.
But you do want to keep that in the back of your head.
Right.
Okay. Well, we have the peanut butter on there now.
Okay.
And now I have another contaminated knife.
Yes, sir, you do.
And what do I do with that, Brad?
You're gonna put it under scalding hot water, I bet.
You're right.
All right.
And then I'm going to put it in the contaminated portion of the sink. Okay, now we're to the exciting part. We have a piece of bread with peanut butter on it. We have a piece of bread with jelly on it. Now,
I'm assuming you're going to have to somehow put them together?
that's right,
Okay.
that's right. Now this is a dangerous part, but it's very exciting.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to take the peanut butter side, place it next to the jelly side.
All right.
Okay. Now, I'm going to wash my hands,
Okay.
because I'm going to be touching the sandwich with full contact.
Okay.
I'm going to use some antibacterial soap here,
Okay.
and some scalding hot water.
Right.
Okay. So, now my hands are sanitary, I can touch the bread.
That's probably one of the more dangerous parts.
That's right, you can burn your hands easily, but
Right.
it's worth it because now you have the perfect peanut butter and jelly
Right.
sandwich.
Germ-free.
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of bread in each hand.
Be careful.
Okay. And I'm going to bond them together. Now you want to do this quick and fast, and you want to be accurate with your shot. And here we go.
Oh, nice.
Did you see that?
That was
The
extreme.
bread doesn't overlap hardly at all. We're set. That is
Okay.
a perfect sandwich right there. And that's all we have. That's your sandwich, and we're gonna go backstage and eat this.
Yes. Well, thank you for joining us. This
Yes.
was Cooking with OSHA. For Vernon Abercrombie of OSHA, I'm Brad Satronis. Thanks, and see you next time.